Hey everyone, hey guys, oh my gosh, welcome back to another video with electrasoul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. But today in this video, guys, we're going to be talking about what it is to keep your vibration high no matter what it is that you're going through, no matter what it is that you see, may experience, or anything else for that matter. It's very important to keep your energy high and your vibration high all the time. And I'm going to read you guys a comment that inspired me to make this video. I also wanted to say I apologize for changing the times. I changed it a few times today. I couldn't find my laptop charger and I can't go live without it. So I manifested finding it, period. And so I did. But anyway, okay. So this is what the comment says. It's from Scooby68. They said, girl, your thoughts on how to keep a high vibration through grief, loss, changes that don't feel great, etc. And yes, I have a lot of tips about this because honestly speaking, for me, that was something that I really had to work on in order to always have a good time in my reality. In order for you to have a good time always, you have to remember to consciously keep your vibration as high as you possibly can. And I want to be real with y'all, like it's not something where it feels like a huge stressor. As y'all know, I do talk about that a lot, how things don't have to be a huge stressor or weigh heavily on you because they're just simply not supposed to, especially when you're helping yourself. It may feel uncomfortable because of certain aspects, such as, for example, like this person was stating, grief, loss, stress, things like that within the realities, all things that are understandable to react to. But what really matters here is that you're doing your absolute best to inspire yourself to want to have better, manifest better, live better, and basically do everything at your highest potential, as opposed to settling for feeling like an absolute victim or very sad within your reality, because we all know that no one deserves to feel that way. And especially not people like you and I, who are incredibly strong-minded intentionally. It's something that we have a lot of power over, and definitely something that I always want to keep in mind for me, because I definitely care about this a lot. Like I really do feel like keeping your vibration high, like I stated, is something that really does show for itself in every single way, where your reality, manifests better for you because you're not giving up on yourself. You're keeping your mindset and your self-concept as high up as it is supposed to be. Okay, hold on, let me move this bag really fast. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right, so basically here, I'm gonna move this forward too. Yay, there we go. Oh, look at the baby. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The whole thing with keeping your vibration high is that I don't want y'all to think that you feeling your emotions, you crying, you feeling however you feel, is you lowering your vibration, because that's not true. That is a huge limiting belief. I believe that if anyone thinks, oh, because I was sad, my vibration's low, or because I dealt with my grief, my vibration's low, I'm not always feeling like preppy, happy, whatever. The truth is that those are just emotions that you have. The vibration of you is something that radiates, in which if you have a positive belief system as a whole, that is what will translate within your reality. So it's not so much of you going through the feelings that you're having and things like that, and you become what is it called, like it becomes your identity. That's not it. You can have as many emotions as you have, feel as much as you want to feel, go through whatever it is that you do. You can still hold a huge separation between you and the thing that you're going through, mentally speaking, in which you understand that you're just passing through something and it does not mean that you're staying there. Therefore, it cannot directly affect you so much to the point that, your life becomes this worry, this fear, whatever. No, guys, you got to put your foot down always in terms of the things that you will and won't deal with. And I will tell y'all that letting things mess with your vibration, quote unquote, I don't even believe in that. I feel like that is definitely a limiting belief. But, some people think like, oh, I let her get in my way, or I let this situation mess with my mind or whatever. And it's like, okay, that makes a huge amount of sense. You can absolutely feel the way that you want to feel and all that stuff, like I stated, but it's not your identity. So do not stay there in that mindset where these things that are affecting you is ultimately what your reality is. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not the case. Okay. So, like I stated, it is a choice. I will be honest. I know for myself, there have been plenty of times where I let myself feel extremely a type of way. I wouldn't let myself vibrate even higher than I knew that I could, because of all this fear that maybe I was going to stay there, or this was just my identity, or maybe even self-sabotage, which is another thing that people do deal with. But it is a choice. So if you really want to stay there with that, you can totally stay there, and that will affect your reality. You're going to feel the energy of that. It's going to show up for something in your life because you're giving it life. You know what I mean? Like if you give that energy of, oh, this is how I feel, that's it, like my vibration's lower or whatever, quote unquote. Because even then, vibrations, it's not really that, oh, it's higher and it's lower or whatever. I feel like when vibrations are higher, I feel like they're just like frequencies, like high frequencies, like zzz, you know what I mean? And I feel like when they're lower, it's kind of like zzz, and then depending on the kind of person and the way that they think, that noise can change, you feel me? But yes, that's still something where yeah, you choose to feed into that, okay? So if something happens in your reality, you're not going to sit there and let yourself become a part of that issue so much to the point that that's the only thing that you're thinking of, the only way that you're feeling, the only thing that you're dealing with, whatever. That's not your reality, okay, at all. It's not your truth. It's not the way that you are. Your reality is the fact that everything works out for you. You know, that your life is always treating you good, even if certain things happen and you're confused and you don't know what to do and things affect you, whatever. You remember, oh, wait, everything is definitely going to be fine because it's me. And on top of that, you don't visualize yourself lowering, quote unquote, with your vibration under any capacity, because there are times that people do think that. They'll think like, oh, my ex ruined my vibe. That's like a huge thing. It's like, oh, my SP, my not my SP. I would say more like my ex, right? Like, oh, my ex, my toxic ex, they messed up my flow. I feel like, oh my God, I can't think the way that I used to think or whatever. That is a choice. Like, do not give your ex or anyone else for that matter that much leverage in terms of affecting you and your energy as much as you're saying that they do. I don't care how deep the situationship was. I don't care if it was something where it was so personal and so effective that yeah, like, it just has to be that way. I feel like it's common sense. The answer is no, it's not common sense. It's not how it's supposed to be, and it's definitely not what you deserve. If you don't wanna sit here and be a victim to these kinds of things, you have to have a huge sort of separation between you and that thing in order for you to understand that that is not, again, who you are, what you're dealing with. It is an observation that you're making, and that's it. You're observing it, not absorbing it, because that's not who you are, all right? Exactly just like that. I'm being for real because when you have high standards like that, it becomes very, very, very difficult. I'm going to say difficult, like straight up, no quote, air quotes around that. It's straight up difficult for you to settle for feeling like shit or feeling like things outside of you are able to affect you that deeply. Okay. So even if you are going through grief, depression, anxiety, or anything else that feels very effective to you in your reality because of, whatever it is that you went through or a certain case scenario that you're overthinking, anything like that, the whole thing is that excuse me, the whole thing with all of these things is that you really 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 have to put your foot down and claim exactly what you're saying that you feel constantly, okay? And I will also say additionally for myself and the things that I've been through in the past regarding having a high vibration, every single time that I decided I really 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 wanted to keep my vibration high and that I wanted to be happy, constantly speaking, I would let my reality feed me in ways that would uplift me, that would make me feel powerful, that would show me that there was nothing here that was was strong enough, quote unquote, to get me down in any way, shape, or form. So that's why I did mention the X part because a lot of people I don't want to say a lot because I don't claim that. I really don't. I don't intend that anyone actually thinks that way or feel but it's like for some people, they let other people affect them that deeply because it's another person. So they feel like they had a lot of almost power over them because maybe they cared a lot about that person. They cared a lot about that thing. They cared a lot about whatever it was in general. And it's okay to care. It's just remember to keep you and that thing separate completely, like completely separate in every single way, shape, and form. It's basically like detachment. So yes, going through grief, going through depression, going through all these things, you can feel the way that you feel. You can go through it. Okay. If something's happened, it's understandable. You're still a person. Although, yes, you are God within yourself and you can manifest anything that you want. You are still a person who has emotions, who cries, who whatever it is that you do it. Okay. So excuse me, if you're doing these things, just let yourself feel the way that you feel. But again, do not become mentally tied to any kind of identity surrounding a certain feeling or vibration or thought that you don't want to have. It's kind of like exactly when you're manifesting. You know what I mean? You only choose to feed thoughts that benefit you, that keep you strong minded, that show you that you can manifest again anything that you want, that everything works out for you. All the great stuff that you know that you want for you, you're staying focused on those things, therefore they become so much more relevant to you. And anything else like limiting beliefs and yeah, basically just limiting beliefs, toxic mindsets, self-deprecating jokes and thoughts, all that stuff. If you're not entertaining those things, they don't become more relevant, they become less relevant. Okay? So that's something that I want you guys to also remember is that even when you are going through these times and you are going through anything like this, if you are grieving or you have anxiety or depression or anything like that, first off, no the fuck you don't because we said so and that's it. But second, even if that is the case, it appears quote unquote, you take all of that in a way where it's like this is absolutely so freaking temporary. It doesn't matter. It doesn't truly affect me. Nothing here is actually stopping you or holding you back. You're not going to let any of it without your permission because this is your life, this is your reality, and this is not a place where you play games about the way that you feel, the way that you are, everything that you are, that you exist as. You have to stand on business with that. And I mean that in every single way that a person can possibly exist. You have to be on top of the way that you perceive yourself and the way that things affect you. And I'm not saying this in a way that's like, oh, you cannot, again, react to certain things and you cannot let things affect you at all. Because, I've been affected by things that maybe I didn't want to be affected by, but I'm an emotional person in terms of how much I care. So I've cried over things I didn't want to cry about. And I felt a type of way about things I didn't necessarily want to feel a type of way about just because, of whatever. Like maybe I stood up for myself. Maybe there was a boundary I needed to instill. You know what I mean? Like there were certain things that I had to do for me, but maybe they weren't the best things in that moment because I didn't even want to have to do that to begin with. But the whole thing is that I'm not going to let those moments make me feel like, oh, this person tried me, so, like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you let it ruin your whole day. The answer is absolutely not. I don't play about that. I feel like having a great day every day is super important, and it's the only thing I'm gonna ensure that I manifest for me. You feel me? Like, I'm not going to sit here and let myself have any kind of other day other than the very best because that's something that I'm staying focused on all the way through. That's something that I want, it's something that I deserve. And just like I deserve it, everyone else does too. So it's not just me. Y'all know this. Every single thing that you intend that you want for yourself, the very best things, the things that make you the happiest, the things that bring you a lot of happiness, love, like all the things that are beautiful in this reality, those are the only things that you should be truly paying attention to, so much to the point that you feel very calm about everything that you face, everything that you see, everything that you hear, do, whatever. Nothing here can actually fuck with your peace at all. Okay? Like dead ass. That's what this whole video is about, is not basically not letting things mess with your peace, even if or when it seems like you can almost give leverage for that to occur. If you're like, oh, but I've been through this or I experienced that. So that's just something that I'm going to go through, or it's just something that I see for myself. The answer is no. Like, that's not something that you are just letting happen within your reality if you don't want it to happen for you. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like this is, again, like very important because I feel like low key, some people be overseeing this. They don't think about how these things affect them and how they can actually get through it until or if there's two different kinds of people. There's some people who will go balls deep into this kind of mindset and they'll be completely like victimization and feeling like shit about themselves or whatever, quote unquote, because we don't claim that. But they go all the way with that and then they get tired. Okay. So usually that does happen a lot. That happened to me plenty of times. I was very negative, letting things affect my vibration and things like that. And then eventually came to a point where I was like, you need to stop because this is ridiculous. Like, you're not happy and you're not making yourself any better by you sitting here and letting yourself feel this way. If you want better, you got to manifest better, think better, perceive better. So I got up and I basically decided to do that. But it was after me being so stubborn, which at one point did bother me a lot. I remember I was like, I should have done better. I knew better, this, that. But the truth is that I'm glad almost. I almost want to say I'm glad that I went through those things. I definitely am because those things taught me what it was to not let things affect me so deeply. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's one kind of person, the person who learns basically through experience, through what they go through whatever it is. And then there's other people who don't play about it to begin with, like from the start. They don't play about the way that they protect themselves, love themselves, their vibration, their energy, all that stuff. Hold on, I'm going to put in eye drops because my contacts are dry. Here, let's see what we got here. But continuing on, yes. So I really do feel like having that kind of security over yourself and understanding that no one and nothing has permission to mess with you. Literally, guys, nothing out here has permission to fuck with you, to mess with you, to do anything to you other than uplift you because this is your reality. I think this is closed. Is that even possible? Oh no, it's not. Yeah, no one out here is allowed to do anything to you without your permission. And I rebuke that y'all let anyone or anything do again anything to you because there's no way. There's just nothing that could ever stop you. And I also want to say alongside that that you have so much power in your reality, which I know that you guys do know, but I feel like upon you knowing this kind of thing, you're only going to continue to take advantage of the way that you get to orchestrate your reality as a whole entirely. Okay, so as you guys know, within the law of assumption, it's not the law of assumption doesn't just stem out to you manifesting luxuries and manifesting people and things like that. It stems out to literally everything, as y'all know, mental health, being happy, manifesting peace, literally all the things that genuinely actually make a person happy because the material things don't truly make a person happy. They help maybe, and they make you feel better, but it's not the end case scenario. The end case scenario is you looking for happiness, peace, love, trust, things like that. So, because you're focusing on these things and you're going along your way in such a powerful fashion that, I'm manifesting the best, I want the best. That's the only thing that I'm focusing on. That's the only thing that I'm looking at. Your reality is going to just naturally force that into your life because that's what you want and you're persisting after it. And alongside that, that also creates more room for high vibration to manifest for you, like to be consistent for you. Because having a high vibration, again, is always a choice. I don't care what anyone says. I kid y'all not, guys. Like, take one day for you to be super positive, for you to be super positive as a person. See everything from a soulful perspective. So for me, I used to like to do this a lot for myself. I would kind of like challenge myself spiritually speaking in terms of my ego. I wouldn't excuse people and act like, oh, it's completely fine, whatever. But there would be certain things. For example, let's say, I don't know, let's say that someone opened the door for me or I opened the door for someone and they didn't say thank you, right? Usually, if my ego was up and running, I'd be like, wow, fuck them. That's messed up. They didn't even say thank you, like whatever. But on the other side, and that is also valid, obviously, because I'm someone who's very polite. So if you don't say thank you, I'm like, okay, well, no problem. I don't actually say that, but I think it. But on the other hand, it's like you see from soulful perspective so that it doesn't mess with your day type beat because it shouldn't. It doesn't have permission to do that. But in that case, let's say I was training out of letting low vibrations affect me. The thing that, let's say I wanted to be more, not even spiritual, but like soulful. I wanted to be more soulful about the way that I perceived everyone and everything. I probably would take that as an opportunity for me to be like, oh, they didn't say thank you, probably because, they don't have the manners that I'm looking for because maybe they grew up a certain way. Maybe they weren't taught manners like that in the way that they were supposed to. And I know people say that as a joke. They're like, "Oh, they didn't learn manners, whatever." But I actually think about those things from a personal perspective. I believe that everything a person does reflects who and what they are. You know what I mean? Whether it's something that they intentionally try to do or unintentionally. If you say please and thank you, I will know what kind of person you more or less are, and that goes for everything else. Okay, so everything that you see in your reality, you observe the way that people act, the way that people treat you. This is all about high vibrations as well because you're going to be around people who match your energy, right? Good people who match your energy, who are very strong minded, who continue to do the things that they want to do, are disciplined like you are, right? That is super important too, to be able to spot the kind of vibrations that people give off around you because sometimes people think like, oh, this is my friend, they love me so much, I fuck with them so much, whatever. And then they're like literally not your friend. You know what I mean? Like they're not someone who is actually that spiritually close to you as you intend to be with them. And that's something that can also energetically affect you if you let it. If you sit there and you're like, wow, I don't feel this energy. Like I feel like I care more than you do and whatever. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're overexerting yourself for people who don't necessarily deserve it. You don't take that as an opportunity. You can absolutely confront the situation and make adjustments, which I do recommend. I don't ever recommend anyone staying in some sort of like shitty situationship or whatever. But the whole point is that you don't let the vibe of these people mess with you so much to the point that you don't want to move, you don't want to do anything, you don't feel happy because these people are trying you or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like things like this, guys. I'm serious. I feel like within every single thing that you do and deal with within your reality, you have to be sure that you're not letting things just walk all over you. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's literally a 3D physical manifestation of it, like someone's being however with you. Of course, like take control and manifest exactly what you want. But even if it's like that, and there's certain things going on in your reality that seems to be triggering your ego, it is your choice to let them actually affect you. And that goes for everything. Bullies, people who are mean to you, or anything, okay? Like anything, even like a backhanded compliment, which to me, things like that used to piss me off. Like I used to see comments where people would be like, "Oh, this, that, but," or whatever, like backhanded compliments, and I'd be like, "That is so crazy." You know what I mean? Like, don't say shit like that. But even when they would say things like that, it's like when the person receives a comment like that or someone saying that to them, it feels offensive, right? To see something like that. But the truth is that you let them affect you or you choose to not let them affect you. Like I remember, this is a crazy good example. Okay. I remember when I was in 8th grade and I came back to school and I was like a different person. I like that summer I did so much research. I got like so many Jordans and everything. I loved my Jordans, but it's so crazy because today I saw Carmines. I think that's what they call it, Carmines sevens, Carmine sevens. Anyway, I used to love those. Actually, let me look them up because I want to confirm. I'm very sure they're Carmines. But anyway, I remember that I went back to school and I was wearing like my outfits and shit like that. And then this girl who was talking, I remember she was like talking to she was talking to a friend of mine. Yeah, here we go. Jordan 6 retro. I loved these. And I literally saw them today on someone that I really care about, which is insane because I didn't even mean to like talk about this. But okay, so there was this girl who was kind of like, I don't know, like I was talking to my friend and she got like really offended. This other girl who wasn't even talking to her, she was near her, but they were friends too. And she got mad. This is 8th grade, so I knew this girl was just very immature. But at the time, I felt very alone because I felt like I was very mature, but had no one. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I was almost like a black sheep. But I didn't think about it that way. I was just like, oh, I feel I don't really have friends like that, it seems, but at least I feel good, I look good, like whatever. Then this girl goes on Twitter and she starts talking shit about me. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I was really shocked because I've never dealt with something like that until that point. And this was back in 2014. No, it was 2013. It was, damn, no way. I was in 8th grade. What year was that? That's 2013-14. Yeah, that was 2013-2014 school year. No way. No, I think it's 2014-2015 school year. I don't remember. It's one of those years. If I was in 8th grade, I was 13 years old. So it was 2014. It was the end of 2014 because then I would have turned 14 that year. Okay. So I remember, sorry, I just like really like to get the times right of everything. But yeah, so she basically, someone commented on my Instagram and they were like, blah, 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 is talking shit about you. Like, go peep that. And I was like, oh my God. So I remember I was like, immediately when I read that comment, in the past, I feel like if I saw that, I would have freaked out and I would have been like, oh my God, blah, blah. I would have felt targeted. I would have been like, holy shit, I'm so scared. What's going to happen? Because that's how I really was back then. I would get very anxious super easily. So if anything happened with confrontation, someone saying something, I would literally shut down. My body would like fucking go limp because I'd be like, oh my God, like I'd be scared of something happening. I don't know. So I went on Twitter and I saw this girl. She was like talking about me. And I remember at that time when I read her comment, I was like, I could really like freak out right now, but I'm not going to because I don't deserve to stoop down to her level. It literally felt like that. Like I know people say that in movies and shit like that, but I actually felt that way. Like I actually felt like if I entertain this girl, I am literally stooping down to her level. Let me not do that. So I responded to the comment that was telling me, oh, this person's talking shit about you on Twitter. Go do something about it. I responded, I was like, thank you so much for telling me, but I'm just gonna leave it alone because obviously this says more about her than it does for me. But again, I appreciate you telling me. And then that was like the end of that. And that was it. Like she never bothered me again. I never heard from her again. I obviously didn't like her after that, but nothing, like it was done. You get me? Like nothing happened. It was literally done. Imagine if I started fighting with her on Twitter. Imagine if I confronted her. She definitely was looking for trouble. And if I entertained her trouble, I probably could have had that. And I didn't want that because I don't like trouble. All right, I'm a Capricorn. We stay out the way. But yes, so that's like a huge point that I wanted to bring to you guys is like vibration, affect. To be affected by a vibration is a choice, and it. Hold on, my throat. Drink water, boys and girls, please. Oh, baby. Anyway, Yeah, it's a choice to let vibrations affect you in the way that they would or do whatever. If you don't let them, they literally won't. And if you do, they could, but you don't want that. You don't want to feel affected by your parents' bad moods or whatever. You don't want to feel affected by anyone or anything that does not match your energy in the way that it's supposed to. And it really is that serious, guys. As y'all know, of course, nothing in this reality has the kind of power to weigh you down in under any capacity. Even if you are going through what you're going through, let yourself just feel the emotions of it all, but do not let yourself become so enthralled by it that it's now a part of who you are, because it's not. It never will be. Anything like that that's not necessarily a high level for you is not something you should be entertaining, because it's simply not for you. You are above that shit. You're beyond that. You can obviously do anything that you want to do. Nothing here stopping you. And I also want y'all to know that you're definitely way more in control of your emotions than you think that you are. So tap into that and lock in to what you're choosing to consciously entertain in your reality. Okay, guys? Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to read the comments now, but thank you guys so much for watching and for listening and for everything that y'all have done for real. It truly means the world to me, and thank you guys so much for listening. Of course, as always, it's like the most important thing. That's what I want more than anything. So, okay, guys, let's go to the top. All right. Hi, Electra. Hi, Jada Thompson. What's up, boo? Thank you for being here. El Gato said, I emailed you, but I never got back to it. My bad. I'm Felix. It's okay. Hey, Felix, I remember you. I intend that you're doing good. God bless you. I love your cross necklace. I've been wanting to get one. Thank you so much. This was actually given to me from a child. This girl I used to babysit, she gave it to me from her school fair, and it was like, it's one of those. It's literally like it was like turning green on the back, so I put nail polish on it because I really didn't want I don't want it to turn green. Like, I love this necklace because she gave it to me, and it meant a lot to me. But yeah, you should get one for sure. Thank you for saying that. God bless you. God bless you. Okay, what affirmation do you intuitively feel like would be life changing for me? For you, I feel like that you easily manifest everything that you want. I easily manifest everything that I want. I feel like whatever it is that makes like easy manifesting is what I feel for you the most. So keep that in mind. Hey Electra, hey Alexander the Greatest. I need your help. I did a manifestation technique slash spell on this woman to be in love with me, and she literally gang stalked me at work and hacked my phone, but won't just talk to me. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's time to like hit that. It's time to hit that cord removal. Like, it's time to hit that I'm not dealing with this shit. Basically, you just have to cancel out what you said. And it's very simple. You just have to literally return it back to where it came from. Just be like, no longer, the ties are cut, it's withering away, it's completely fine. We're protected and that's it. Like, make it's not as though like I have to pry this person off of me, but more of it naturally has dissolved and it's completely fine and I'm good now. You know what I mean? Like, have confidence over your strength within this situation. And I know like it sounds crazy because of what you're going through, but I promise you, you have a lot of power because obviously you manifested it. And if you can manifest something else, you literally can. So do it. You know what I mean? Like, commit yourself to manifesting the best instead of dealing with things like this. That's crazy though. Oh my gosh. God bless you though. Let us know what happens. For real. Take care of yourself always. Spiritually protect in Jesus' name. Hey, Gabriel, OMG, finally I got to enter your live. I'm glad that you're here, babe. Thank you. Don't worry, there'll be so many. Like, if anyone's not here for one, y'all know there will be so many in the future. So, period. Is it normal to have overthinking thoughts after energy work? Like, deep down on a soulful level, I feel extremely calm and balanced, but my brain starts going all fast. It only happened twice, and I would try to ignore it, but it was so prominent to the point I would stop whatever I was doing in the moment. What do you feel that means? This is a great topic because I want to master the ability to connect with everything and everyone around me, but not attaching. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Also, if someone or something affects you negatively, you can convert that energy into something that benefits you. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. If you're dealing with something that doesn't seem super amazing, you change your perspective and it becomes something that teaches you some shit that is super helpful in life. Everything that you learn from the universe are all things that are very helpful in life in general, not just situational things, like everything. You know what I mean? Decisions that you make, the people that you hang around, basically decisions, the things that you do, the things that you eat, all that. These are all decisions that you're making in your highest favor because you're choosing the best for yourself. And for the beginning part where you asked, is it normal to have overthinking thoughts after energy work? Honestly speaking, the biggest thing that I thought, the first thing that I thought is that you're working through egotistical limiting beliefs. They're being filtered out now. So your soul feels calm because your soul knows that everything's okay. But right now you may feel a little bit overwhelmed because your ego is like freaking out. So if you don't like entertain it, it's gonna go away. It'll be completely fine. But I'm glad that you said this because this is something that I've dealt with before, and I'm glad that I got past it by realizing what the energy was and what I could do to help myself, you know? But yeah, God bless you, babe. Amen to that. Yup, Marina, so cute. People can only hurt you if you let them, and that's so true. Period. They only can if you let them. Actually, like for real, it's all about attachment always. Hey Matthew, what's up? I've genuinely been feeling isolated anyway. I can take care of myself without waiting on anyone. Yeah, just realize that you're more than enough for you, and that you don't need anyone or anything. And I actually mean that. I don't mean that in a cynical way, like I don't need anyone. I mean that in the way that's like, yeah, you literally don't need anyone. It's like, no, like, you literally don't need anyone. You can do whatever you wanna do, and you can understand that everything is going to be okay for you because you are surrounded by all the love in the universe that is meant for a person like you. You're a blessed soul, you have guardian angels by your side, everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's all beauty from here, so please remember for yourself that you're not waiting on anyone or anything. You are the only person you were ever waiting for, always. Also, if someone oh, yeah, we already talked about that, yes, converting energy, I love that. Can you give some tips on how I can feel more confident in public? I've been manifesting and affirming confidence in public, but I feel like you have some extra wisdom on the subject. Yes, I would love to. Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna make a whole video on this, so save this thought for you because I'm gonna definitely cover this. Thank you so much for saying this, and maybe I'll talk about this on Thursday, maybe. I think I said I was gonna talk about something else on Thursday, so I'm gonna see, but I love this, period. Thank you for mentioning this, and hello hey, Gabriel. Hello, Electra. I'm really happy I finally got to watch your live. I'm happy too. I always loved listening to your videos, especially when I'm going to the gym. I know a lot of people have asked about this already. Thank you so much, babe. But can you elaborate it even more on how I can increase my height? I'm currently 5'2" at 21 years old, and I really want to be 6 foot tall. I've learned that nothing's really impossible with manifestation, so I'd like to know how to do it elaborately other than affirming that I'm 6 foot tall. Thank you so much. I really want to know your perspective. I hope my English isn't bad. It's never bad. And thank you, Marina. The vibes here are so good. Thank you. That's so sweet. You are the greatest vibe, and of course, Alexander the greatest. Okay. So with so I really feel like this is where visualization comes in really clutch, because if I were taking measures where I was like, I want to be a totally different height and I'm done with this shit, I would start to imagine myself getting taller. I would imagine every single little bit in my reality that helps that basically benefits other people with their genetics and things like that as something that is affecting me as well. So if someone in my family is 6 foot tall, I'm gonna be like, I take after this person. That's why I'm 6 foot tall. Or I'm someone who has very strong natural bones, or my strongs are very my bones are naturally strong, so they always grow. And even though I'm 21, my body's going to keep on growing for another few years. So I know that I'm going to naturally reach that height regardless. You have to literally twist everything in your highest favor. It's not manipulation. It's just you making, what is it called? Like, things within your reality into something that benefits you. It's a perspective shift. That's it. So I really feel like that's even more helpful than just saying affirmations, because just saying affirmations, for some people, they don't feel fully secure in that, but you can definitely use everything around you to help you and to benefit you and to uplift you and make you feel even more powerful with you manifesting your specific desire. I'm telling you guys, because I've done it for myself, not height wise. Low key, I think I did manifest getting taller actually, because for years I would always say I was like 5'3", and that was really what I believed, because I've been like 5'3" since I was in seventh grade. But I got taller later on. I was 5'3" for years, and then when I was like in my 20s, I think I'm 5'5" now, which is like crazy to me. I can't even imagine that, but I guess I think I am low key like 5'5", because I'm definitely not 5'3". And every person who talks to me is like, "You're not 5'3". And I remember, like, all I can think to myself is, when that was all happening, I would kind of consider myself like taller, but I'm not even like tall. I'm not. I'm pretty short. I feel like I'm average height, quote unquote. But you know what I mean? I feel like I manifested height in that way. But you see how carefree I kept it. I didn't care about that. I just kind of felt like it would happen. I was just like, I'm probably gonna get taller. Like I probably literally am, and I did. I'm the tallest one out of my sisters. Yes, I am. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it does work a lot. And oh, of course, Jada. I'm so sorry. I think I did skip your SP comment. I'm really sorry. I didn't see it. Sorry, but I think you guys. You're so cute. If you want to ask me again, you can. Thank you for answering. I'm looking forward to the video. Of course, Marina. I'm excited too. I can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait to help y'all. That's what I care about. Jada Thompson. Also, my angel aura quartz comes in on Wednesday. You inspired me to get one. Good. I literally have one too. I showed you guys, right? It's so beautiful. I love it. I love Angel Aura. It is so freaking gorgeous. It's so freaking gorgeous, guys. Go look one up right now. They're beautiful. And I'm very happy that you got one too, by the way. Sunik. And thank you for telling me that I inspired you because that's really cute and sweet. God bless you. Thank you, Angel. Sunik said, hi, Electra. I wanted to know what your intuition tells you about my career. I don't know if you remember, but I wanted a certain toy brand to notice me on social media. Do you think they've noticed me yet? If so, what do you think of my projects? What did they think of my projects? I'm affirming that they want to reach out to me. Much love. Let's see. I don't know if you remember, but I wanted to. Okay. I feel like they haven't yet, but they will. Like, I actually saw that. I feel like they're going to very soon. And I feel like if you keep persisting, they will. So, yeah, you said if so, but what would they think? I feel like they think that you're a natural is what I see. You're like you're very artistic or you have like a very good you have like a very good vision. I feel like they would feel like you're very gifted naturally and they could use you in a good way, obviously. So yeah. Very good for you. God bless you, Angel. All right, last question or comment. It says, "Ooh, I think it really suits the message today to try to keep our vibration high no matter what we're going through, regardless of circumstance." Exactly. So this goes for everyone, excuse me, for everything that we go through. Thank you so much again. I'll try my very best to have it in the perspective to really grow taller no matter what. Yes, please do. And don't overthink it so much because I really feel like the overthinking part is what people start to overanalyze and they're like, oh, but no, like you can do it. Use every single little bit in your reality to benefit you. Uncle's so tall. I'm as tall as Uncle. My bones keep on growing. I have super strong bones. Like for me, I'm a Capricorn. So we rule the knees and we also rule bones. So I use that to my advantage. I'm like, my bones are fucking beyond strong. My bones are so strong. That's why I'm such a great figure skater. That's why I can do all these jumps, right? Like I literally twist it to my advantage in every single way. God, I don't know what's going on with my throat. Excuse me. But yes, okay. So with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for being here and for listening and for everything that y'all do. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for listening and for talking to me too and for asking me questions and everything else. I'm very happy to be able to be here for you and to help y'all out to the most of my ability. You know what I'm saying? And to answer y'all's questions. If you have any more questions, I will be back on Thursday for a Law of Assumption video. And my sisters and I, the Eternal Starlight, which you can see right here if you want to subscribe to our channel to keep up with times, we will be going live on Wednesday. Okay, so with that being said, guys, if you have any questions for me, for us, please let us know, but we're very here for y'all. And remember, I do spiritual and Law of Assumption coaching and readings, and I'm very excited and looking forward to talking to y'all again. God bless you. I love y'all so much. Hey, Amber. Oh, she's out like a light. Look at her. She's so cute. I said her name and her ears moved. She's so cute, bro. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Take care, everyone, and we'll speak very soon. God bless you. Bye.